Okay. I think we should be live here. Let me just double check just to make sure that everything is working properly for you fellas. Let me see if my audio is coming through. Okay, yes it is, you can hear me. Hello there my friends. Inspector there on chat, also Dr. Kebab, long time no see. Yeah, I wasn't able to stream last weekend because I got a very bad case of a throat infection, a sore throat, and it really took me down. You know, I was very ill this last week, but now luckily I am better. I am already in a better health situation here. I had to take some medication to improve, but I'm feeling better now. Only my throat's a bit sore still. It's not hurting or anything, but you know, kind of like I have a tired throat. I don't know if you fellas understand that feeling, but I think you should. So that's why I have here my water with my crystal skull, I don't know, glass skull cup. It's a very cheesy cup, but I really like it. I think it's funny, kind of like metal, you know. Only it's metal in the sense of heavy metal, you know, rock music, not in the sense that it's made of metal, because it's clearly made of glass. But I really like to drink water from that cup. I think it's funny. And we are here, you know, playing the new maps. I have configured my servers to only rotate through the new maps, and currently we are on Venice here. We have here Dr. Kebab, you're already here, Dr. Kebab, glad to have you here, my friend. I think Inspector is also here, let me see. IFD Games, I think, is Inspector, or Sentient Free-to-Play Noobs Inspector, one of those two. But yeah, feel free to connect if you are watching this stream. All you have to do is copy the IP, which is on screen somewhere, you know, and it's also in the description of the stream. And then you paste that IP here. You come here and find the game, community servers, and then in the favorites tab, you click this button here, add a server, and then you paste in the IP right here. So that way you can connect. So yeah, come play with us. It will be a lot of fun. Petra just joined, Uncle Leo joined as well. Very nice. It will be a lot of fun to play with you, my friends. On this London server. We are at the London server today, by the way. But feel free to join wherever you are from. You know, I myself am from Brazil, and I'll be playing with 300 something ping, and that's fine. I can manage some scout here. And who's that here? Ah, you see, we have a devil pyro here. He was trying to pull off some pyro shark strategies. This is a fine map for that, you know, Venice here. I don't really like this map, and I'll talk about it in a bit more detail soon. But one thing I enjoy about it is the water. I even wish there were more water in this map, because I think the water... Does it end here? Let me check. Let's go further into the map, just to make sure. I think there are other sections with water. But you see, for a map called Venice, it's pretty dry, you know. There's a lot of these back rooms here, which are not really interesting at all. And there are too few canals, you know. That's what I mean to say. And sometimes the canals aren't even supposed to go. You see, the train track goes right over here, and the water down here, it leads to nowhere. You see, there's nothing here. It's not even like it is kind of like a route that it is very useful or anything like that, you know. You see, I wrapped around the point. So it isn't a very interesting map, I think. I think you could do better. You see, the final point doesn't even have water. It isn't even a canal or anything like that. Not to say that Venice only has canals, you know, water and all of that, but I think you could make a map around riding the bomb cart in the water, you know. And it's a shame this one doesn't do that. Ah, by the way, the flag of Italy is wrong there. That's the flag of Hungary, I think. Someone pointed out on Reddit. I was reading about it. The flag of Italy should be with the stripes in the other direction, it seems, in the vertical direction. So yeah, you know, kind of weird map, kind of weird. I'll check chat in just a sec. And later I'll continue talking about what I think about this map, because I don't really like Venice, the map. When Inspector is saying there, will we see the seal today? Everyone wants to see Sylvia, the seal, the best thing of this update, for sure, for sure. Yeah, we could play there. You know, it's the only map, Inspector, that I wasn't able to make bots work on. You know, I have here the TF2 bots, and I generated nav meshes for them through the TF2 console. And on all the maps, they seem to work kinda okay, you know. Here the blue team doesn't go out of spawn for whatever reason, I don't know why. But red team works, as you can see. But on the other maps, the bots kinda work better, you know. Except on Cell Beam. I don't know if it is because it is a player destruction map, or because probably the bots don't know how to work on that game mode. But I did not manage to make them work on player destruction. So maybe we should switch maps here to one in which they actually work. And especially because this isn't the best map in the update. So my bottom line about this map, at first I was a bit confused about it, you know, something felt off when I played this map the first time. And now after playing it a couple more times, I can say that I don't like it. I think it's not a bad map, kind of like it's not broken or anything like that. Hi, Mr. Spencer's here. Hello there, Mr. Spencer. Glad to have you here, my friend. Very nice, you fellas all connected. Petra, Ringo as well, and Dr. Kebab. We're gonna play a proper match now, since we have players. And Uncle Leo here. Very nice to have you all here, fellas. But yeah, you know, I don't like this map. I think it is subpar, you know. It's not broken, the performance isn't bad. I even think the sight lines are okay, you know. It's just that it isn't fun to play on. I think the layout isn't fun. I think that's the problem with this map. And it looks kind of unfinished as well. You see this spawn here. I don't know, that this looks like something I would whip up on one of my maps, which are pretty rubbish and all left unfinished. You know, especially this upper room here. This is clearly unfinished, I think. It's kind of like a alpha state of the map or something like that. You know, I don't know what was the history behind this map, but it's passable. You know, it's a TF2 payload map. That I can say about it. Got the bot there. For whatever reason, the bots love to hang out here. I don't really know why. So yeah. And it has all these, you know, other routes that on a first look they could be interesting. But they don't really lead to anywhere, you know. They're not useful. And again, another area that's unfinished. You see there's a no draw texture or something like that, kind of like a transparent portal to another dimension, you know, those sorts of things. This map is weird. I don't like it. And again, huge potential wasted, because we could have had a payload map in which the cart is always on water. I think that would have been pretty novel, pretty interesting to play on. You know, if you are a mapper and you're watching this, maybe try that out. You know, a map in which the objective is always on water, kind of like not drenched in water or flooded, but you know, on knee-high water, so pyros can use that shock weapon. What's the name of that weapon? I don't know. I'm getting old. I'm forgetting stuff. But you get what I'm saying. So they can pyro shark. And please forgive me for being with a cough today. That's because of my sore throat that I had previously this week. You know, I was pretty ill, but again, I'm better now. I'm getting better. So yeah. Yeah, Dr. Kebab saying there that they forgot to flip the flag, because it's not the Italian flag, it's the flag of Hungary. Yeah.
What the hell? Stop pushing the car!
Hey, Spy Killer asking if he's too late. No, you're not. The stream just started, so you are right on time. Spy Killer, very nice. Yeah, and Inspector agrees with me that this map has too little water. And not so much typical Italian architecture. Yeah, you know, I don't know, if I saw this, you know, ignore the flag there. Maybe I would say that this is kind of like France or something like that. I don't think it really looks like Venice for a map called Venice, you know. I don't know, I've never been to Venice myself, but I've seen pictures of it. And I don't know. Maybe it would be better if it was not called Venice and, you know, the layout was a little bit different. But again, there's really nothing broken with this map. It's not like, for example, Woodsville, which we have already established here on this channel that Woodsville is fun to play on. It can be fun, but it is a bad map. You know, it is broken, has a lot of bugs. The sight lines are horrible. The performance is terrible. This map isn't like that. You know, it's just bland and not very fun to play on. So I think this one is the worst mapping in the update, I think. There are other maps that I didn't like in this update, but Venice for sure is the one I dislike the most, you know. Or I like the least, if you don't want to be too negative. So yeah. Hey, hello there, Super Duper Seb, come play with us. Are you already on the server? Hop in and let's have some fun, it will be nice. Glad to have you here. Yeah, Mr. Spencer saying there that just released a video talking why I don't enjoy this map, why he doesn't enjoy this map. Yeah, I saw your video, Mr. Spencer, and I'm kind of like mimicking your words here because you put in a very good way, you know, about this map. I really agree with what you said in your video. By the way, fellas, go check out Mr. Spencer's channel. He's been putting out a lot of great content recently about the update. He made an unboxing video and all of that. A lot of fun. And I think you nailed it, Mr. Spencer, when you were talking about this map. You know, it's not good. But again, it's not broken. It's not horrible. It's not an insult that this map got added into the game, you know. An insult to mappers everywhere. No, it's not like that. It's just not a good map, you know. But it isn't broken. It works. It looks okay, you know. If I were to only look at screenshots of this map, perhaps I would say, yeah, it's a fine map. Which is probably what Valve did. So, no problem there. And Inspector is saying there, the buildings needed more colors and canals should have been the rails of a possibly floating payload. You see, that would be very interesting. Maybe a payload cart on a, what's the name of those things? A gondola, is that how it's called? Let me see here, how to say that in English. How do I say that? Kind of like that Italian boat they have in Venice. What's it called? Yeah, a gondola, yeah. Maybe a bomb cart floating. That would be a very interesting idea, Inspector. I would like to see that. Mr. Spencer saying, thanks for the shout out. No need to thank Mr. Spencer. Thank you for the excellent content you produce. You know, it really helps, especially in my case, kind of like I was sick, you know, I'm kind of busy as well. Because school's just about to reopen here next Tuesday. I have to go back to work because of that. And because of that, your videos really helped me stay in touch, you know, Mr. Spencer, to know what was going on with the update and all of that. And I'm lagging here. Come on, my internet connection. I hope it doesn't die. Because we are just around on my second least favorite map, Cashworks. I don't really like this one either. I think this is the second worst map of the update. So we are starting with the worst ones. Cashworks. And this one is deceiving. Because when you look outside spawn here, you think, this is gonna be a wide open map, you know, there's gonna be lots of possibilities to flank, and there are gonna be some good death matches, you know, around the map. But no, this is all a lie. It's gonna deceive you, because it's actually a very choky and narrow map full of corridors. It doesn't have wide open areas, you know, like we have here. I think this is the widest area of this map, is the starting point. So yeah. Alright, Dark Knight saying there, we have a flooded section of the payload in Banana Bay at least, so it's definitely possible to do it. Yeah, you know, but it was so refreshing in Banana Bay to see that, you know, to see water playing a major role on the map. It was a lot of fun, you know. I really liked Banana Bay because of that. In my opinion, it's the best payload race map in the game. Maybe Nightfall is also a good one. People don't really play Nightfall, but I really like it. Pipeline as well is another good payload race map. But Banana Bay is special, I think. I think it's pretty cool. So you see, this first area here is actually quite nice, I think. I like it. This sight line is a bit too long here. You see? Look at that. But in terms of the general placement of things in this area, I like it. But here is where it all ends, because from here on, it's mostly choke points. You see? Choke points and corridors. And this idea of a huge slope down, I think it's an interesting idea. But for example, we needed a door here, or maybe here, or maybe here, to kind of like to be able to flank. Because the only other option we have on this map, instead of going down here, is coming up here. Yeah, this doesn't even open. We can drop down here. Let's see. Yeah, this is our only option. And here we can go somewhere. You see, it's very windy and weird, you know. And especially for red team, because these are all paths for blue team. Red team can only come here to this choke and defend it. You know, there are no other options. So I think it's a very weird choice, you know, to make a payload map with so little options for red, you know, to navigate the map. And even blue team doesn't have many options. I don't know. And also, it feels too long. I mean, it drags on. My team is basically kind of like they're almost stomping the red team. I'm sorry, Dark Knight VPC and Dr. Kebab and Petra May, Hazmat Ringo and IFD Games, but my team is at least up to now. Maybe I jinxed my team. They were kind of like stomping the red team. And it feels too long, I think. It drags on. I don't like this map. And I don't want to sound too critical of it, because I think it is an interesting map. It takes some risks, you know, it looks better than Venice, so it's got that going for it. I think this one has more interesting looks. But again, it's just an idea that needed more work. And needed, you know, to be a smaller map, I think. I think it's too big. So yeah, let's try to go on the final point here. This area here, I think we are gonna stall here on this area. Yeah, and my please excuse my internet connection because it's pretty rubbish today. But this area, you either stop here or you row until the end. You know, I think I played about 2 or 3 matches in this map, and it was like this. It was very rare to be able to defend last, you know, at least in the matches that I played. So yeah. What else are you saying there? Inspector is saying there, I think Phoenix is the best map in this update. It feels like Hydro, but as a payload map. And the RV in the beginning makes it look like a Breaking Bad reference. That's a nice touch for sure, Inspector. The Phoenix is a pretty good map. I really liked it when I played it. But I think it is ways better than Cashworks and Venice, for sure. You know, it's an actually fun and good map to play on. You know, it's a map oh damn, my internet is horrible. It's a pretty good map, Phoenix. You know, so I'm happy it got added into the game, and I hope it stays in the game. You know, after the summer event, after the summer update, because it's pretty good. But I think it also suffers from the problem of being too long. Let's see if I can tell the server to go to Phoenix next here. Let's see if you fellas will agree. Yeah, okay, thank you fellas for voting Phoenix for us. So we can talk about that map while being there. But it is pretty good, Phoenix. But I also think it is too long, you know. I think the best part of Phoenix is... come on, Dr. Kebab. I was gonna backstab that soldier. I think the best part of Phoenix is the one you're talking about, Inspector, with the RV, you know, which in that kind of like parking area, you know, as if it were a camping or something like that. Because after the second control point, I think the map starts to drag on, you know, and kind of like to get a bit boring, you know. So I don't know. I think they tried to make it longer than it needed to be, really, and that shows because the final point I think is pretty good of Phoenix. That kind of like dam and everything. I think that's a good idea. But the space between the second control point and the last, the final point, is kind of meh. So I wish you just went from that second control point to last, you know, in a more direct path or with less winding roads and all of that. This sightline is crazy. You see, this is a sort of problem that Venice doesn't have, for example. At least the person who made the map was kind enough to put some barriers in the bridge. So that's good, you know. They realized that the sightlines were too long. And there's a second path there, but it is also a bridge, so that doesn't help much. But yeah, this one I also don't really like, you know. But we are gonna go to Phoenix next, which is a better map and one of the highlights of the update, in my opinion. It's pretty good. Phoenix is a great map for sure. Got you there, nice. I am a master of playing with poor internet connection, you see? High ping and high latency and lag won't stop me. I have a friend, he's also playing with us here, Dark Knight, which is also a master of playing with high latency. We Brazilians are actually born with poor internet connection. We are accustomed to the lag. You know, that's just another normal day for us. So yeah. Hey Jaden, glad to have you here. Very nice to have you here, my friend. An Inspector is saying there, the only different thing Cashworks has is a new set of checkpoint holograms over the rails. I didn't notice that. Gotta pay more attention to the holograms when I play this map once again. Yeah, no, and the server crashed, it seems. Come on. Come on. That's a shame. Am I gonna have to play on casual? Let me see here if I can check the server. That's a shame. Maybe there was some maintenance scheduled on the data center. today. Sometimes they like to do maintenance on Sundays. Yeah, it seems there was a crash on the server. I'm checking the console here, but it's still going. If you fellas disconnected just like I did, yeah, I think you should be able to connect back. If you try again, let's see. Because it's starting up. I'm checking the console output here. It seems it changed to Cellbeam. Why wasn't it able to change to Phoenix for whatever reason? So weird. Okay, yeah, and I'm connecting once again. Okay, let me once again open up my screen. Here it is. Yeah, so server crashed for whatever reason. But yeah, Cellbeam is another good one. This one, I think, is the best map in the update. I really like it. It is great. It is great. A lot better than those two. And this one was actually the first server, the first map I played in the update. You know, I think it's the top tier map TF2 got this summer. Not only because of the seal, which is cute, you know, and everyone loves Sylvia the seal, but mostly because the map layout is good and works very well with player destruction, you know. And I think we were in dire need of a better player destruction map to play all year round, because we have that alien map that with the We Are in the Beam, isn't it? I don't know what's the name of the map, I forgot. And we have a bunch of Halloween themed. And here's the seal, look at her, so cute. I love that she winks, you know, too. She kind of like winks. It's beautiful. But yeah, we have a bunch of Halloween themed player destruction maps, and not many that we can play that are not themed, you know, after monsters or anything like that. Because the Halloween player destruction maps are great. And I really hope this one stays in the game, you know, permanently, forever. I don't want this map to go away at the end of the event, because I love player destruction. It's one of my favorite game modes, and I want to be able to feed the seal throughout the whole year. Look at her go, Sylvia! I'm sorry, Uncle Leo. Gotta get the fish for Sylvia. We gotta get fish for Sylvia. I'm sorry, Uncle Leo. Yeah, okay. I don't wanna die here. Come on. I know you're lower health. No dice. So yeah. Mr. Dispenser is talking about Cashworks. This map is old, Cashworks. It's made in 2011. Damn. So that's why. It's kind of like an old school design philosophy map. Kind of like, let's take Gold Rush and take it to the extreme. Because I've seen some people comparing Cashworks to Gold Rush, and the narrow vibe, you know, sure makes sense to compare those two maps. Because they're both narrow, you know. I think Gold Rush is better simply because it is shorter, and because of that it is easier to balance it out, you know. But makes sense if it is an old map. Another map that reminded me when I played it was Precipice, you know, Payload Precipice, the Screen Fortress map, which I also don't like that much, you know, because it is very choky. And Precipice I think is better than Cashworks, actually, you know. I don't know, maybe it's been a while since I played Precipice and I'm misremembering, but I have the impression that it is a map in which I had more fun. But those two maps I think are pretty similar in their and my screen's open, isn't it? You can see my game. Yes, you can see. Okay. I think they're pretty similar in that regard, that they're very narrow and choky. So yeah. What else are you saying there? Old Russman is saying, hello professor, I heard that you slapped a seal with a frying pan. Is that true? I am a monster. Yes, it is true. I have to admit it. I am ashamed of myself. I am a monster. I have hit the seal with a frying pan. I'm sorry. It was just a joke. Yes, a silly joke. Just thought it would be funny, you know. I have this instinct on TF2 to hit everything with my melee weapon, you know. Whenever I see, for example, a player standing around doing nothing, I want to hit them with the melee weapon. I think it's kind of like part of the TF2 philosophy of life, you know. Hit things with your melee weapons. So yeah, when I saw the seal there, I had to hit it. I am sorry. I'm gonna die here. I don't know. This is a bad spot to be with the Moon Knight. Okay, everything went better than expected. Only when it didn't. Oh no. Oh no, gotta get out of here. And I cannot retreat too much because there's a mini sentry close to my spawn, it seems. Yeah. No way I was gonna survive that fight. It's so funny. So yeah. Alright, Dark Knight's saying, the only bad part of Phoenix is the last point. I don't know, the last point itself, Dark Knight, I actually liked. What I didn't like on Phoenix was the path to the last point, you know, after the train tracks, you know, and there are those train carts on the second control point. After those, up until the final point, I didn't really like it. I got stuck there in Uncle Leo. Ah, come on. He circled around me. But yeah, but the final point I think is a cool set piece, you know, as it should be. Really, the final point of payload maps, unless you are making a competitive, viable map, you know, the final point is supposed to be a set piece. Something to impress people or something like that. And I think in that sense it works, you know. I like the final point of Phoenix. But I think the map kind of like loses structure after the second capture point. You know, it's kind of weird. So yeah. Spectre is saying that the situation gets worse as the map progresses. That's another Breaking Bad reference. I gotta watch Breaking Bad sometime. It seems like an interesting show. I don't have much patience to watch shows. I don't know. I can, for example, watch a 3-hour documentary on YouTube about a video game console on Kickstarter that failed miserably. You know, I can sit through the whole 3 hours of that. But I don't have much patience to watch TV series, you know, or streaming Netflix series and that sort of stuff. I think I have a problem. It's kind of weird. So yeah. And Spectre is saying there, although I was joking about Breaking Bad, it is not so far. Phoenix is the capital of the American state of Arizona, which is close to New Mexico, where canonically TF2's main war takes place. Interesting. Doesn't TF2 takes place actually in the Dust Bowl region? You fellas are stuck there. There's an exploit. Ah, there's an exploit on this map. Look at that. They are outside the map, it seems. If you ever face this situation, it's kind of easy to actually get out of it. It's just suicide yourself. You know, if you come into the console and you type in explode, I'll do that as soon as I respawn. Let me teach something to new players here that might be watching. If you ever get stuck on a map because of an exploit or something like that, and you can't get out of the place where you are, you open up the console. First you have to come here on the options, keyboard, advanced, and then you enable the developer console here. And then you can use the key on your keyboard that's right above the tab key and right below ESC, usually. That's where it is, the tilde key. to open the console, and then you can type in explode, and you are gonna explode, you are gonna die, and respawn on your base spawn. And then you just avoid whatever got you stuck, kind of like riding a teleporter from a troll engineer or something like that. So that's a tip for new players joining the game. You can explode yourself to escape of bad situations. You know, that doesn't really work in real life, but in TF2 you can do that. It's a viable strategy. Yeah, they got away from there, you see. Okay, let's try to get this sniper. Ah, go Dr. Kebab. Dr. Kebab was paying attention. Ah, you fellas, the fire is there asking why my head is floating. It's because I'm using a green t-shirt. It's actually, let me show you. It's actually a Playmobil t-shirt, you know, of those little toys. Let me see if I can show you the t-shirt. You see? I don't know how familiar you are with these little toys here. They're kind of like Lego, but not really. You know, Playmobil. That you see, it's mirror, but I think you can make it out. And it's a green T-shirt, so it's the same color as my chroma key. I have a green flag, a green tarp, you know, up behind me to make my chroma key. And I'm also sporting a green t-shirt today. I like to do that sometimes, you know, to be kind of like a floating head. I think it makes for a fun look on stream. People usually come around and say, ah, he's a floating head. You know, it makes for interesting engagement here on stream. So yeah, here's a tip for streamers. Make something weird on your face cam, you know. But don't make it always. Only sometimes it's good for channel engagement. And it's also fun to think about, what am I gonna do today that's gonna be weird, you know. I think that also helps bring more interest to you as a streamer. That Pyro is looking for me, you see. I think he was looking for me. Okay, got the Pyro. Let's try to get the Demo Man. Yeah, nice. Okay, we have here a Pyro. Nankoleo died, okay. Let's feed Sylvia here. No! People cry about Demo Knight sometimes. You know, I see some people online saying that Demo Knight is OP and stuff like that, and it really isn't. All you need is a little bit of knockback, and there are plenty of weapons who can do that for you. You know, even when I'm playing Soldier, for example, all it takes to stop a Demo Knight is you shoot a rocket at their feet and then pop up in the air, and then you can finish them off with a shotgun or with another rocket. It is only really a problem to deal with Demo Knights when they are actually good Demo Knights. But that's not because they are playing Demo Knight, you know, the problem isn't that Demo Knight is an OP class or anything like that. It's because the other player is just good, you know, and because of that it's hard to deal with them. So that's pretty normal. Pretty okay. Mr. Space is asking there, what spell do you use to make your head float? It's so funny. During Halloween, I like to do this sorts of stuff. There was one Halloween, Mr. Spencer, that I wore a green shirt all up to my hands. So I was like kind of like only a head and hands floating on stream. That was really funny. Pretty cool. So yeah. Dark Knight remembered the name of the map. The We Are in the Beam map. Probed. Yeah, that one. That was the first player destruction map that got into the game. I think it was actually the first player destruction map ever. The mapper invented the game mode, if I'm not mistaken. I tried to make a player destruction map once on Hammer, and it's such a mess. You know, it's very hard to set the rules and all of that, because a bunch of custom jank to make it work. At least it was when I tried to do that a couple years ago. I don't know how it is today to try and make a player destruction map. But it is an excellent game mode, for sure. Alright, the fellas want to play Sulfur. Let's go there. It's been a while since I played Sulfur. I played a bunch of years ago on my servers. So I don't think I remember how is the layout of the map. So yeah. What else are you saying there? Inspector's talking about Pelican Peak. I have only played it on a privately created server. It feels weird. Your own intelligence case is easier to reach by your opponents. Yeah, no. I played Pelican Peak for one round. Yeah, I played it once. And you know, it felt fun. I think the area of the intelligence is kind of weird, you know, maybe a bit over-engineered. I think it's another map that could be smaller in scope and would be better. Especially near the intelligence, there's a whole underground area that doesn't go anywhere, really. And it's not very useful, I think. But it felt good, you know, the match I played. I played some spy on it. And there's a lot of flanking routes, and there's some verticality. You can jump on some spots, you know. At least for playing Spy, it felt fun. I don't know how it would be for the other classes, because I haven't tried them out on Pelican Peak. But for Spy, felt pretty good, actually. Not the best capture the flag map, but a solid capture the flag map, you know. I can see myself wanting to play Pelican Peak again. Or, for example, and I can't say that for Cashworks or Venice. Those maps I don't really like. Or Woodsville, for example. Even if I have fun with you fellas whenever we play Woodsville. Come on. Mini sentries are the bane of my existence. Yeah, oh, there's a Demonite here. I was walking on top of his head, it seems. Okay, well, where is everyone? Where is everyone? Okay, there's an engineer here. Let's destroy the mini sentry. Retreat. It seems there is another sentry in there. It's interesting because whenever I played this map, people forgot that they could get out of spawn through here. And I see a lot of people trying to get out of spawn through here, for example. And then getting spawn camped hard. That second spawn exit is very important. You gotta remember it exists so you don't get spawn camped. I'm gonna die. Yeah, it's okay. So yeah. Salgado is asking if Versus Sexton Hail is real now. It was supposed to be, Salgado. When the update launched, it was supposed to have 4 Sexton Hail versus Sexton Hail maps, but it seems they are not working with casual. So the servers are crashing and not working properly. So they got removed, Salgado, from the casual map list. Which is a shame, because it was supposed to be the highlight of the update, I think. To have Versus Sexton Hail mode officially in the casual playlist. So I hope they can get that sorted out quickly, you know, in hopefully this next week, so we can actually play Versus Sexton Hail. I never played Versus Sexton Hail, for example, so it will be the perfect opportunity for me to try it out. It seems the maps work fine on community servers. The problem seems to be happening only on casual and not on community servers. So it's probably not something that is the mapper's fault. I think it's a problem with casual, you know, of how casual handles maps or something like that. I don't know the details of that because I don't work at Valve, but I think that's probably the situation. No. Okay, managed to escape there to surf the damage. So yeah, but I hope they can sort out whatever problem is going on with the versus XCOM Halo modes, so we can have fun playing them. I'm very curious, and I would like, for example, to have Prop Hunt available as an official game mode in the future. I think that would be neat. Poor Pyro. Okay. Yeah, retribution is instantaneous, you know. It's immediate. That's karma for you. So yeah. What else are you saying there? Let me see. Mr. Dispenser is asking if I still have my cat plushie, Josefina. Yes, I do, Mr. Dispenser. And by the way, I'm getting ready for doing my own unboxing video. I'm gonna open 10 cases here on the channel and 10 on my other. And my cat plushie, Josefina, is gonna be present to boost my luck. So yes, I still have the cat plushie. I've even sent her to the cleaning, you know, because she was kinda old and grimy, you know, taking dust here at my home. So I've sent her to the laundry to clean. And she's gonna be helping us. Okay, let's do this. She's gonna be helping us unbox some unusuals. You know, come on, I lost. Come on, Mr. Dispense. Yeah, it was Mr. Dispense. That was a good one. So yeah. Mr. Spencer is saying there that Playmobil is German. I didn't know that. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I had a lot of fun playing with Playmobil when I was young. Come on, I'm gonna die, yeah. I am a failure, I am a failure. That was embarrassing, that was embarrassing. But I didn't know Playmobil was German. You know, I know that Lego is from somewhere in the north of Europe, you know, that's where it's from. I don't remember which country. I think the first Legos were made of wood or something like that. But I didn't know Playmobil was also from around that general location. You know? Kind of like in the center / north of Europe, if you know what I mean. Pretty cool. It's a lovely toy. I really like it. It's cute. My father, in particular, is a huge fan of Playmobil. And Lego as well, but I think he especially enjoyed playing with our Playmobil toys. Mr. Spencer wants to go for another challenge. You're just too lucky, Mr. Spencer. You are too good at this. Come on, come on. Mr. Spencer is too good at rock, paper, scissors. Okay, let's get this Pyro here. Let's help the scout. Yeah, nice. Sylvia is already gone. Okay, we gotta hang. Oh, this is a spy. Okay, it is Dark Knight for real. It is the sniper. Let's try to destroy that. Thank you very much for the help, Dark Knight, because I didn't hit a single shot there. So yeah, you know, this one is the best map in the update. You see, it is fun simply walking around it, and it has a good layout. It is just great, you know. Best map in the update. I think my second favorite is gonna be Shark Bay. You know, Shark Bay is another great one. If you said that Shark Bay is, for example, an official map, in the sense that it was kind of like carefully crafted and play tested by Valve themselves, you know, for 5 years before getting added into the game or something like that, I would believe it. It's just so good. Maybe it's even better than anything that Valve could make, you know, especially nowadays. So I really like Shark Bay as well. It's interesting that the best maps in this update are kind of like themed around the ocean and the sea, you know. Interesting coincidence there. Pretty cool. So yeah. What else are you saying there? Kebab is saying, got the Playmobil drip. Yeah, I really like these kinds of shirts with retro themes, you know, of my childhood. I have, for example, a He-Man shirt that I really like. I have a Peanuts, you know, Peanuts Snoopy shirt that I really like as well. I like that kind of stuff, you know. It's a bit silly, but I think it's wholesome, you know. So yeah. And Inspector is saying there, nothing beats the Danish bricks. Ah, so Lego is Danish. Okay, makes sense. Although their sets are becoming more and more boring nowadays. It's been a while since I've played with a Lego set, you know. I don't know, maybe it isn't that the sets are getting boring, but we are getting older, you know. Sometimes it's just like that, Inspector. But yeah, I don't know how Lego is nowadays. It's been a while since I bought a Lego set to play with it myself. But I remember having a lot of fun with the Knights set. They had a kind of like a castle, medieval castle set, and I had that one with my brother. It was a lot of fun to build and play. I also remember fondly it was kind of like a space bus. Is it that's how it's called? That's kind of like rocket that NASA used to take astronauts into space. It's not really a rocket. It's kind of like, it was something bus, space bus. I don't know how to say that in English, but I had that one as well, and that was a lot of fun. I really liked it. And also the Ninjas and Samurai set, the first one that got released, the OG one. I really liked that one as well. It was great. And nowadays I think it's actually pretty good for people who like playing with Lego, because there is no more patent on those blocks. So there are other companies other than Lego themselves making sets, and they seem to be compatible with each other. So there's a lot of different stuff around. Oh, you look at that, you can't drink and you can't have tattoos. That's it. I think that's true even for real onsens in Japan, isn't it? Maybe someday I can visit and check it out. Will I die if I jump on this water? Let's see. Ah, no, I won't die. Cool, pretty nice. This map looks pretty good. Look at that. I remember when I first played it that the performance wasn't very good. You know, it would lag a little bit on my computer. Okay, the spy is still around. I heard you. Yeah, got you. But yeah, I remember it would not have very good performance on my computer. But it seems to be doing fine now. I don't know if it has been better optimized, you know, ever since the map was first released on the workshop, or if my computer nowadays is more capable of running it, but damn, this is cool. This is a pretty cool map. Okay, so that goes to area A, which we already kept. I have to go to area B now, or I can try annoying this engineer here. Let's do this. Let's just try the same. Yeah, let's try to cap the final point already, because this map is kind of like Steel. You know, you can capture all the areas, or you can rush to the final point and try to cap it, and that didn't work. But pretty cool. Very nice. This one is better than I remember it, actually. Nice map, pretty nice. What else are you saying there? Let me see. Ah, Skate saying, oh man, YouTube didn't notify me of today's stream. I thought it wouldn't have a stream today. Ah, that's a shame. That's a shame, Skate. follow me on Twitter or join the Steam group, Skate, because I also send notifications through those social media channels. So if you want to make sure that you never miss a stream, follow me on Twitter and on... Okay, where is... okay, this is the capture point. And on the Steam group, so that way you always get notified. Last week I did not stream because I was very sick, you know, with a throat infection. But nowadays I'm doing better, thankfully. I'm recovering still, but I'm doing better for sure. So yeah. Hey, Mr. Black, hello there. And Dark Knight has to go. It's always fun playing with you, Dark Knight. I'm just gonna play this round, and I'm also gonna finish stream because it is clocking close to 1 hour. And that's for how long I stream, usually. So yeah. Alright, about Lego. Their inspector is saying, my favorite lines are Speed Champions, which make replicas of real racing sports cars, and Technic, with vehicles featuring many interactive features. Lego Technic was a lot of fun. I remember building some of those projects. It was pretty cool. It has kind of like some models have springs, and others have rubber bands, that sort of stuff. You know, there's a lot of gears that rotate around and move things up. It for sure is great. It's a lot of fun. There's an engineer there. Where is capture point C? I want to go to capture point C. C, okay. Okay, I'm glad everything, you see, everything is laid out pretty clearly for you so you don't miss it. Let's help this spiral here. And I died, but I helped. So mission accomplished. That's what matters. And I have to remember to check out the changes they made to CP Steel, because CP Steel was also updated in this last update. I saw a video talking about the changes, but I want to check it out for myself sometime soon. Because as is with this one, I think Steel is also a very interesting capture points map. Okay, destroy the sentry there. No, you are not escaping. We gotta keep this point here. Let's do this. Let's go. It seems the capture radius, yeah, it is very small. You see, you gotta really stand close to the stone here. And then we can go capture the last point. Let's do this. I heard Mr. Spencer say on his video that he feels it's kind of unfair for Red Team to... that was a nice try, nice try. I've been playing a lot of Metal Gear recently, so that's not gonna work on me. But as I was saying, Mr. Spencer said that he feels it's kind of unfair for Red, that this map is kind of like blue-sided. And I'm having that impression as well, you know. Perhaps some changes to the timer, how the timer works, could be done to change this. But yeah, pretty cool map, for sure, really like it. You know, in general, this summer update, I would rate it as an 8 out of 10. I think it's a pretty good update with good maps, you know. We got what they promised, which were new maps. So they said you're gonna get new maps and cosmetics, and we got new maps and cosmetics. And most of the new maps are good and work properly. So 8 out of 10 to this update. I think it was a success. Looking forward to the community fixes that didn't got added into the update, but I'm hopeful they will in the next months. So looking forward to that as well. So yeah, fellas, I'm gonna finish stream right now. The server is gonna still remain up for you. If you wanna keep playing there, feel free to do so. It's there for you fellas to play on. But it was very nice. It was very fun. Hi, Mr. Black is asking, what is the best class for beginners? I would say, Mr. Black, it is either Soldier or Pyro. I think those two classes are pretty good to, after you learn a little bit of them, to branch out into the other classes and get a better understanding of the game. So if you're new to the game, Mr. Black, try out Soldier. It was my first class, or Pyro. Okay, I think those two are better for new players. So yeah, fellas, thanks a lot. I thank you so much for being here and talking to me. I love you all. Here's a heart for you. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to each other again next Sunday. Bye-bye, everyone. Have an excellent week.